Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Corner Recruiting Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for AuburnSports.com is the address on the World Wide Web. Today is Wednesday, November the 5th, 2025 for you. It is a day earlier. We are time travelers. It is Tuesday evening, November the 4th, 2025 for us. Keep that in mind if we slip up with any today's, tomorrow's, yesterday's, last night's, tomorrow night's, or next week.
Yeah.
We have a show for you tonight. I can't say that it's great because it's obviously going to be a great show, but there's just we're in a recruiting purgatory right now. As Hugh has been relieved of his duties as Auburn head coach, DJ Durkin has been promoted to interim head coach. We're going to talk about kind of what Auburn's strategy is moving forward with some timelines and all of that with signing day a month from today. Is 4 weeks from today. So a lot to take place over the next 4 weeks, and we're going to talk about it here with, as always, Mr. Cole Pinkston, Sir Alan Head, wearing different colors, but hoodies nonetheless. How about you, fellas?
How about you?
How about you, everybody? How we doing, man? You feeling okay, Jeffrey?
I'm about 80%.
Okay. All right.
Somehow, man, y'all know how it is when we get to this time of year. We've been doing this together long enough. Usually I'm talking like this at this point.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. I think Jeffrey took my place this time.
I hit me some Vic Salve before we come on here.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. I'm a big believer in the Vic Salve.
My man.
I'm not a big Vicks guy. I don't know. Something about it.
I'm typically an Alka-Seltzer Plus guy. That's kind of where I'm at with it, yeah.
I'm not going to say that Vicks doesn't work. It works, but I don't like that smell.
Oh, really? I do it every night before I go to bed. I put it up under my nose.
No, do you?
You ever heard of people that put it on their feet?
I have. And I have put it on my toe fungi.
Alan,
I'm just kidding. I've never had anything like it.
You got that look. You got that look, Alan, like, hey, we don't do that now.
My man said he forgot to use those shower shoes back in the day.
I took some questionable showers, and now I'm just pleased that's all I came out with.
See, this is where the towel got branded, right? Like, this is why you now have to have the towel over the bath mat.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. To assure clean feet.
That's right.
That's a full circle moment right there.
It surely is, right?
Golly. We're going to talk about Auburn moving forward. As I said, signing day is, if I'm not mistaken, if November has 30 days in it, like I think it does, I think it's 4 Wednesdays from today. When I say today, November the 5th, that is signing day. Let's look. Am I right?
I think it's December the 3rd is signing day.
No, I'm saying it's 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's 4 weeks from Wednesday, November the 5th.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So for the people listening, it's 4 weeks from today.
Okay.
I noticed, and listen, fellow, this is a lot is going to depend on the timeline of the new hire.
Yes.
Is it going to be? I saw Pete Nakos' story on Tuesday on 3. He seemed to believe that Cohen's target date, and I thought this was new. I hadn't seen this from anywhere else. I just saw that he said after the season, but Pete Nakos said that his sources were telling him like maybe pre-Iron Bowl, the week of Thanksgiving, which would be a week before signing day.
I just don't know how you do that with somebody who's actively coaching, unless you're hiring James Franklin. Or
did I see that? Did you read that, Alan?
I did not. Well. I did not read that, but I didn't read Pete's story extremely hard. I'll be honest with you. I kind of skimmed over it because it had largely the same coaching targets that we've kind of discussed already ad nauseum. But that's an integral piece because if he thinks he can have something in place by then, I just don't know how that works. I don't know how you announce somebody that's still actively coaching at another school.
Okay, according to Nakos, the ideal timeline is making a hire the last weekend of November, which is Iron Bowl weekend, which is a huge recruiting weekend. And that would be 4 days before national or the early signing day. It's not national signing day.
Okay, that makes more sense. I thought when you said the week, you meant like during the middle of the week. If you announced it on Sunday, or even Saturday evening. That makes a lot of sense to me, and that would line up with what they did with Hugh Freeze. If you remember correctly, they were negotiating very heavily with Lane Kiffin the week going in. About Tuesday, that fell apart, maybe Wednesday morning-ish, if my timeline is still right. And then the president and John Cohen balloon test Hugh Freeze with Pete Thamel, if I remember correctly. You wait 24 hours, and then they formally announced him that next Monday, or maybe it was even Sunday evening. Because I can remember the live show he did.
He flipped Keldrick, Falk, and Connor Lew and those guys in those 4 days.
He didn't flip him in those 4 days. No, so remember, the National Signing Day was 3 weeks after that at that point. It was still December 22nd, I think, at that
20th
point.
or 22nd, somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah. You're right. It was the Wednesday before Christmas.
He had about 20-ish days.
Yes.
To get it done.
So what can you do if you hire? Let's say Iron Bowl's at 2:30, and and news start to leak, and then you officially name him on Sunday. The timeline. I mean, obviously, if it's DJ Durkin, nothing changes really.
No,
you probably solidify your defensive class. Probably solidify a couple of flips on the defensive side of the football.
I think it really probably depends on how quickly they announce who's going to be on staff, if anybody on Auburn staff is going to be retained. So that's going to be the first domino to fall, right? Because if it's not DJ Durkin, who's being retained, if anyone? So then that'll kind of start to shape what's possible. And in best case, you're trying to retain all of your defensive commitments and the handful of offensive ones that you want to keep. And if you're coming from another school where you have a few kids committed, I mean, I don't know that anybody wants to play dirty pool, but there will be kids that will follow whoever that person is.
Sure.
Just typically how it works, unless they're coming from a much lower level. Like if you're a John Summerall or an Alex Golish, you're probably not taking anybody out of those classes, if I had to guess. Maybe there's one or two guys you think are P5 guys that you got, but overall, I think you'd probably just try to sign what you've got committed. And then you would focus predominantly on the transfer portal, which opens on January 2nd, and roster retention.
What a wild week that's going to be for Auburn fans, Auburn us. I mean, you're talking about, not only leading up to signing day and signing the kids that were, that decided to sign, but now you've got to, they can enter the transfer portal in January.
Yeah.
If they don't like what they're seeing. And we could just be starting all over again.
Yeah. And if we're thinking it's the same timeline, I just went back to 2022 when they fired Harsin, was October 29th, Arkansas game. This one was November 1st, Kentucky game. So it's going to be about the same timeline because there's a time clock on these things, right?
I mean, for the most part. I mean, and that's what makes me think that he's obviously – and I know that I've seen some subscribers on the site today like, yeah, he's going to go after Lane Kiffin. No, dog. Like, come on, man. Lane Kiffin's going to be in the playoff. He's not coming to Auburn on that kind of a timeline, and he's not announcing anything on that kind of a timeline. So I want people to be realistic as far as what's capable as a hire, if that's the accurate line, right? Like if John Cohen really wants somebody in by then, you're looking at somebody who's not playing in the conference championship, and you're looking at somebody who's not playing in the playoff, because nobody's leaving a team that's doing either one of those two things.
I think that's fair. And of the coaching candidates that we've seen, is Lane Kiffin the only one?
That's on the list that's possible playoff. No, Jeff Brom, I think they're still in it to be in the ACC championship game, though they're behind Virginia and Georgia Tech presently. So as of today, he would be available during that time period. Drinkowitz is out. Like, I think Missouri's lost too many games, or they will. They've lost their starting quarterback at this point, and I can't imagine that the true freshman is going to get them.
They've lost two.
Yeah, anything better than a split down the stretch.
They're 22 in the playoff rankings that came out Tuesday night.
Yes,
and Louisville's 15th actually. So, and they're 7-1, so they're creeping up into it.
They are, but I still think the only way they get in is if they win the ACC. I don't see the ACC getting two teams in with Miami now having two losses. I think that really hurt the ACC's chances of getting two teams. So if that's the case, unless there's a candidate that we don't know about, right? Like, what are the chances that Kenny Dillingham is a more viable candidate than maybe I was giving credence to on Sunday night, right? Like, if he's, I think there's still a shot for Arizona State to win the Big 12 championship. And if that happens, then he would be somebody that would fall into that bucket.
You have Georgia Tech is in there too. Brent Key, if he's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if y'all didn't see the War Room on Monday, so far, I mean, everything is status quo for this staff right now under DJ Durkin. He pretty much confirmed that in his press conference. They're going along. Him, General Manager Will Redmond, Director of Player Personnel Ryan Smith, Kenyatta Watson. All those guys are they've already contacted all of the commitments by now. Have had FaceTime meetings with them and their families. Have been as transparent as possible. I mean, that's kind of their deal. I just it's got to be a weird situation to be in. It's like they're recruiting them to Auburn under the guise that, I don't know if that's even the right words, but it's not like they're trying to pull one over on them. I mean,
no.
and that was kind of my remark, or when I was alluding to transparency. They're like, listen, there's obviously a chance that we won't be here.
Right. Is there? All right. So this is going to be the real test case, right? For me, about what is the most important ingredient in a recruitment now, right? Like, what is the most important factor? Is it the NIL deal? Because if these guys are getting their best deal from Auburn, are they still going to sign with them?
The good thing about this class is, which we talked about earlier, is like, hey, man, you can come sign with us. We got the best deal. Yes. And if you don't like the coaches, the hires, December the 10th, if you've met with the coach and you've talked to him and you don't like the new coach, you've got a transfer portal. You can transfer. Of course, I think they can still do that in time to enroll in the spring semester, because we know of how many early enrollees there are these days.
For sure.
So you're really not taking a big gamble.
And they get the explain it to me, Alan. I think it's a timeline thing, but it's also a no penalty thing for transfer for after a new coach is hired. It's 5 days after that.
That's correct.
Okay.
They can enter.
They're going to get that window. They know it's coming because Auburn's getting a new coach.
Right.
Well, will the recruits get that window, or will it be current players?
So it's current players, and this is where I would kind of
you have
wonder
to
how Auburn. Yeah, I would wonder how Auburn would want to handle it. If the player's enrolled, then yes, they can absolutely hop into the portal. If it's a player that's not enrolled, my guess is they would basically tell the school, hey, we want to be released from our scholarship papers, and the school would likely do that. I mean, I can't imagine you forcing a kid to stick in a NLI, with him signing, not knowing necessarily who the coach was.
No, not what kind of system is going to be run. Do they use the buck linebacker? What kind of scheme is the defensive guy going to do? Is it a safety-led defense like Braylon Womack is looking for?
Right.
Is DJ Durkin here? Is TJ Randall here? Is Rock Bellantoni here? Is Vontrell King-Williams here?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like
Crime Dog.
Yes.
TJ Rushing.
What'd I say?
Randall.
TJ.
Hey,
damn good scout.
Yes.
I saw TJ's breakdown the other day talking about linebacker play, man. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, he's good. Former Auburn staffer TJ Randall. If you don't follow him on Twitter, give him a follow. He's really good, really smart young guy. Fantastic too. He did a great job at Auburn. Anyways, so there's just so many different angles that we're going to be trying to cover when it comes to this high school class. You got to think the only way things stay relatively normal is if DJ Durkin is hired full time as the head coach. Yes. Other than that, you're talking about a frenzy, or a frenzy leading up to and even after signing day with the new coach, the new defensive coordinator, the new offensive coordinator. Will he keep DJ? Will he keep the defensive staff? Will he keep most of them? Does he want to bring some of his guys over?
Well, here's the other weird part about it too.
Does DJ want to stay?
Yes.
Well, there's all these elements, right? Here's another one. Let's just go offensive line, which is going to be a big position of need, but is it a big position of need from high school? Right? I think portal is way more important for offensive line for this particular cycle because of what they're losing. So the guys that are on staff right now, it's hard to look ahead to that. I mean, how do you go about it exactly? It's a weird place to be.
Come in here and throw get your boy Stacy cereals back home. Let him bring some of those.
Oh, Stacy.
Guys that had Auburn second, like almost their entire starting offensive line.
Yeah, exactly. All those Langston Hughes kids and the entire too deep.
I think their starting offensive line, like Donnie Glover.
Wanye Morris was there, right? No. He was.
No. Wanye was at Tennessee.
No, who am I thinking? Oh, no. What's the Langston Hughes boy?
Oh, both Hughley.
Well, Hughley.
Yeah.
Wanye was Buford, wasn't he?
No, Wanye was Grayson, but he was that same cycle as Owen Papo, and I remember us thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Saw him playing for the Chiefs.
Who was the left tackle for Georgia this year? Who is the left tackle? Isn't he a freshman?
Monroe Freeling.
Yeah, you're thinking of Micah Morris, who was also
that might be. It was a 5-star that Auburn finished.
Juan Gaston.
Juan Gaston. There you go.
Yeah, there's Juan Gaston, Micah Morris. They finished second for Micah, and I remember Porter thinking he was going to get Micah because they got him to hold off. I think. No, it wasn't him. Who was the kid that the big left tackle they got to hold off on National Signing Day, and then he ended up signing with Georgia anyway?
Amarius Mims.
No, it was the kid before Mims. It was the before him.
Broderick Jones.
That's it.
Who, I don't know if y'all saw, he about hurt his own quarterback the other night. Did y'all see that?
No, I did not.
In celebration, Jeffrey, he jumped on 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers' back, and Rodgers got up wanting to fight him.
He said, "Don't do that. I'm too old or something."
Yes.
You can't be doing that, dude. I'm 41.
Yeah, that was the one that Porter got to hold off, and then Georgia signed him anyway.
The good thing about this class is it's not it's not like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do if we don't keep this thing together?
It's not
what I mean?
2023 in-state class that had James Smith, Quay Rusall,
Gil
Collins,
yes,
Peter Woods, TJ Parker.
Dude, if Harsin wasn't such a slapdick, that was such a big class. I mean,
and they're all just killing it.
Yes, all Americans all across the board.
Yes, I mean that in-state class was so loaded.
Yanzi Pierre was it?
Yes.
The thing is about this one is, like you mentioned, the timeline with signing day. Maybe it's not like that new coach is going to get those 3 weeks to. I mean, you think about what Hugh Freeze did in those 3 weeks. His first 3 weeks at Auburn.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
One of the best things he did at Auburn.
Absolutely.
Connor Lew, Keldrick Falk, K.N. Lee, got Jeremiah Cobb, solidified him. And they
Cam Coleman.
No,
that was the next class.
Yeah, and they almost landed Eric Singleton. Like, should have had Eric Singleton, but they also flipped Sylvester.
Who did they take instead of Eric Singleton?
No one. Yeah, they took transfers.
Shane Hooks, Jair Shorter, Nick Gardner. Caleb Burton. No, there were more. There were even more guys. They got Tyler Scott, who was
Scott was a big deal. Look, the best defensive back they may have landed out of that class in Colton Hood. If they could have held on to him, man, that was a big one.
Sylvester Smith was a flip from Tennessee late.
He was. That was a big move. That was a good move. I thought Sylvester played hard the other night against Kentucky.
How about this one? Bobby Travis. They got.
They sure did. They beat him out over Penn State. That was a big win. Bigger than anybody anticipated at that time, for sure.
They went and got Champ Anthony out of JUCO.
Oh.
They got him late, though. They got him like over the summer, I think.
Yeah, he was very late. And Clay Whedon, I think, might have flipped during freezing.
He was Harsin.
Was he?
Yeah, that was the week that Harsin was like flipping the deck chairs and going to meet with people.
Right.
Trying to save his job, and then they whacked him right after the Arkansas game anyway.
But that was what Freeze was hired for, to do that immediately. Mm-hmm. When you really think about it, that was it. That was priority number one. I mean, almost, I'm not going to say over winning, but winning wasn't going to happen until they got that done. You know what I mean?
Right. So they weren't even going to be competitive. The talent gap. Remember how big it was when he took over and how small it is now?
It was massive. And that's why, to me, the retention is still the biggest story with this roster. How many kids you can hold on. I mean, I saw the story today. Was it Pete or was it somebody else that had the story about Cam Coleman being the number one target potentially in the transfer portal?
Yeah.
It wasn't Pete. It was some dude from CBS.
Okay.
And I teased it the other night, Alan, but
Chris
I'm still
Hummer.
putting together.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, Chris knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still putting together my top 30 guys that Auburn cannot afford to lose, and I'm telling you, I'm struggling with it. There's more than 30, and it's hard to narrow it down.
Well, that's a testament to Hugh Freeze and what he did with this.
It really is. I mean, look, criticize him. He didn't get it done. All that's true, but he got the roster where it needs to be,
which I think makes this job a little more appealing than people think.
It does. It's why, like, we saw Peter Burns on Tuesday night on SEC Network was like, look, I mean, Auburn's one of the best ones out there right now of the pool. Comparing it to Florida, LSU, Arkansas, the SEC jobs that are open.
Well, and I think Peter had some very interesting points, and part of it was the talent on the roster. Like, if the coach can come in and retain it, right? That's the other big part of this. You got to come in and be ready to negotiate day one and re-recruit these kids back to Auburn. Yeah. Specifically the offensive ones. The defensive ones, to me, it's an easy sell. Like, hey, we're potentially keeping DJ Durkin. Everything's going to stay the same. You know, you may get a new position coach, but the scheme, everything else. And I think most of those kids, because of their belief in DJ and what they're doing on that side of the ball, if you were able to retain him, you're going to hold on to 90% of that you want.
90% of the people that you want, exactly.
Yes. The offensive side, that's going to be a tougher sell, man. I mean, because you need to, if you're Cam Coleman, I need to know who your quarterback is, what the scheme is. This is a money year for me, right?
Yep. This is my last year. And I've yet to have somebody that can get me the football.
Exactly.
Like I deserve to be gotten to.
The crazy thing about Cam Coleman is on his own merit, he's a draft pick. But he's looking and going, where can I be a first rounder?
Right.
I agree.
Right now, it ain't Auburn.
I mean, look at Eric Singleton's stuff. I mean, I feel terrible for Eric. He left a situation in Georgia Tech where he was going to be no worse than a second-round pick coming out of there because they knew how to get him the ball.
Right. And had somebody to get him the ball.
Had a quarterback in Haynes King that could get him the football.
Was going to be playing on big stage. What are they, 8-1? Or did they get
no, they're playoff contender.
Yes. And with him, they probably maybe they don't even lose the game that they lost.
NC State this past weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, NC State. I mean, they didn't show up ready to play defensively in that game. Offensively, I think they still put up 36 points. So, but again, like you said, playing on a big stage. And now where's Eric? I mean, he's going to have to probably go to the combine, pro day workouts, really work to move himself back up if he decides to turn pro. I mean, I think he could come back to school for another year to try to change his stock.
Yeah.
Probably will.
It'd take a lot, though, wouldn't it?
I mean, you're going to have to pay him what you paid him this past year.
I guess, and Christian and I were talking about him at the game. You know, they probably doubled his salary for 1 year, but think about how much money he lost in the long run.
I mean, that's exactly what you've got to sell kids on now. If you're Auburn, and that was what I thought the pitch would be, is that now that we've got all this talent on the roster and we're showing we're getting guys to the league, now you sign them like Georgia does for a little bit less on the front end for what you can do later on in this is an investment, right? Don't worry about the front end money because this is just going to be for now money. You can go to the NFL and make forever money.
Yeah.
And it's an easy sell for whoever the new head coach is that comes into Auburn. Like, you tell guys like Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton, look, man, y'all, we got what we need, and we don't need 2 years. I got you. I'm gonna get you ready. We're gonna get you the numbers you need this year. It's an easy sell. I mean,
it is, but they got to believe you, man. That's the other part of it, right? Like, it's an easy pitch, but if you don't have something to truly sell them, and I think the quarterback's going to be the biggest piece with both Eric and Cam. Who is throwing me the football?
Because he's probably not on this roster.
Right. Because if you're selling them Jackson Arnold, look, I like Jackson.
That ain't going to fly, big dog.
I think Jackson's a talented quarterback, but he's got flaws. He suffers in the anticipatory part of the game, making layered throws. There's a lot of work there, right?
Yep.
If it's deuce, you better see it in the next 3 games.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to take a flyer on the potential of a kid
right,
that they think's going to be good. They did this past year with Jackson, and they got burnt, right? So you don't know. So they're going to want to play. I mean, when you've got guys out there like Arch Manning at Texas that's going to be looking for a big-time weapon to throw to, when you've got guys like Julian Sayin in Ohio State who might be looking for somebody as a running mate to Jeremiah Smith, multiple other places, I think it's Bryce Underwood at Michigan, they need a wide receiver. Say what you want about Chip Lindsey. He's usually done pretty well with being able to feature wide receivers in his offense. So, I mean, there's a lot of different places that Cam's going to be attractive at. And so what kind of head coach comes in? And again, I think that's a harder sell for John Summerall. Like if it's John Summerall that you're hiring, you're going to try to pitch Cam, but you're probably banking on reworking your whole offense and building it around the running game, right? Like you're not banking on Cam Coleman being there. If you bring in a Kenny Dillingham, well, now maybe you've got something there because they've developed what potentially, well, actually, let me take that back. If Kenny were to come, his quarterback's just a redshirt sophomore. What if he transfers and comes with him? And now you've got somebody immediately to sell to these kids right away. So I think John's got some decisions to make. If he's truly interested in keeping this roster together, who the head coach is going to matter. And if you're not,
coordinators.
And if you're not worried about that, if you're just like, hey, we're only worried about keeping the defensive side of the ball, well, that makes more sense, and then you'll figure everything else out. There'll be other players in the portal. You can go.
Sure.
Losing a Cam and an Eric Singleton hurts, right? But that's also money for you to go out there and fish out other players in the portal that can hopefully, fill other needs for you, specifically on the offensive line.
Hey, before we go any farther, we'd like to thank Brunt Workwear for sponsoring the show. If you're not familiar with Brunt, you absolutely should be because we freaking love the Brunts here. I got the Marins, man. Best workbook on the market, on the entire market. You got clean bottles. Oh, no, I don't. Because I've been working in them, big dog. You're not familiar with Brunt. Brunt was tired of the workwear brands out there cutting the corners. They were. They saw what was going on. They were like, I don't think that's the right way to do it, man. We want to do it right. You work too hard to be stuck in uncomfortable boots that just don't hold up. So they built something better. Boots that are insanely comfortable and built for any job site. They come in the package. They're ready to wear. You don't have to break them in. They look good. They feel good. They've got double soles, insoles. Feels so good and snug. I wear them. I walk in them. I exercise. I don't exercise. I ain't never exercise. I don't want to be the best at exercising. No, what is it? Michael Scott. Whatever. Anyway, we got you a big deal here at auburnsports.com. The Corner Recruiting Show. For limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt when you use the code WAREAGLE at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com. Use the promo code WAREAGLE, and you're good to go, man. After you order, they'll ask you where you heard about Brunt. You know what to do. Tell them we sent you. Tell them we sent you. Love some Brunt Workwear. Even rocking the hat. Their hats are even high quality. I'm telling you. It's the best boot I have owned. Yeah, I mean, I'm going back 30 years, and I'm still going, these are the best boots.
I got to get a pair. I got Justin's right now. I need to switch. Yeah.
Oh. I've used Wolverines and John Deere's, and I'm ready for Brunt, man.
I hear you.
You will not regret it, dude. Like when I got them, I was like, I'll believe it when I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I put them on, I was like, holy cow. Like, this is the real deal. So, let's see. Good stuff from Brunt. Go to bruntworkwear.com. Use the promo code WAREAGLE. Get you $10 off, and you will not regret it. Tell them we sent you. All right, before we get out of here, let's. We talked about Iron Bowl weekend. That weekend that Pete Nako says he's been told that John Cohen, that's his like target date for having a new guy in place, whether that be DJ Durkin, John Summerall, whoever wants to have him in place. The weekend of the Iron Bowl, and I mentioned that's a big weekend. It's a big recruiting weekend. It's a huge recruiting weekend. It's the last weekend before signing day. Right now, Auburn has several guys locked in for official visits that weekend. And it's going to start with, Jordan Carter. Jordan Carter, the 4-star edge from Douglasville, Georgia, who's committed to A&M. He came for the Missouri game.
Yes.
Missouri game. You got Jordan Carter coming here. Zach, I'm going to share this page just to give people something to look at. Share screen. There we go. Milan Paris just committed to Miami like last week. I don't know if that visit happens. I don't think it matters even if he does. Tyron Wortham, I don't. It's going to be interesting with him. We talked about him before being a tier 1 guy, and we've all heard the rumblings of Jace Matthews, and A&M and Ole Miss, and previously LSU. But you keep an eye on. I think you bring in Tyron Wortham, and you're trying to find him. Deshaun Spencer's also coming in that weekend. You got the 2 wide receivers basically that we think Auburn wants to add to the class, and Tyron Wortham and Deshaun Spencer, and guys that we think Auburn has a shot with. And then you got the 2 backs that we think are the most likely candidates to be in this position or to be in this class, because Eric Perry, and we've been telling you all this for months, we were not expecting Eric Perry. That had nothing to do with Hugh Freeze. It was just an opportunity for him to get out of the class, and good for him. He was not going to sign with Memphis. Good for him. He was not going to sign with Auburn. So you're looking at Quantavious Fat Boy Wiggins and Cooper Crosby. Both of those guys are expected for official visits that weekend. Tavion Branch, the big dog defensive lineman who's currently committed to Penn State, but I'm expecting more to be added. And not only that, fellas, but the unofficial visitor list will be. I expect Tank Jones back.
Yes.
I expect Braylon Womack back. I expect Jace Matthews there. I expect all the defensive guys. I expect all of the commitments, all of the top targets. I expect them to be there. And if they're not, I'd be shocked.
I would too.
I'll say this about Tank Jones, man, since you mentioned him. His visit, I think his last visit to Auburn was another good one, even though Auburn lost.
At least behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, this is another one. Like it's just like it's not adding up that he would be considered Auburn like that, but the buzz says he is considered Auburn like that. So
I think playing time is important to the kid. I do. I think immediate playing time is important to him, and I think he sees what DJ's doing defensively and how many young kids he's playing. And that matters. And I think there's also the potential that Auburn could end up being his best NIL deal. And again, we talked about that before. How important is that piece of the recruitment going to be down the stretch? And to me, that's going to tell you, because without the relationship there of knowing who the head coach is, again, unless it's DJ Durkin, it's not a relationship deal if they sign with this coach.
Right, exactly.
Either Auburn is their best opportunity, or it's their best NIL deal, 100%. Or maybe they truly, if you're like a Shadarius Tootle that's been on and off committed since you were a junior, maybe you really do just love Auburn and it's close to home and that's where you want to play. And that takes us back. Do you remember the 2020 class or 2021 class where Kevin Steele signed those guys after Gus got fired?
Yeah.
Him and Rodney were trying to flip dudes on,
He said he had them flipped.
Yeah. Said we flipped a few, and then we got a few flipped back from us. It's like, oh, okay, Kevin.
That was I'll never forget that quote because it's like, holding meat in front of a rabid dog.
Yeah.
Don't even tell people that. Like, it's great. I'm glad you did, but they wish that they actually did flip.
Yeah, they do. And look, I appreciated Kevin's candor, to be honest, because
me too.
We were coming off of the Gus era, and while I will always have an appreciation for Gus, we were flying around out there.
There's nothing of substance.
Never, right? It was the same. It felt almost robotic every time he went, but that was kind of the feeling I got towards the end there, dude. Like Gus was just done and didn't care.
And then you got Hugh Freeze, who was potentially going to make a headline every time he speaks. And not always good.
No, hardly ever.
Right before we get out of here, can I run through something with y'all real quick?
Please.
Yeah.
I do a level of commitment article. How solid is each commit? I want y'all to put a scale of 1 to 10 on it, on how solid you think these guys are. I'll give you my rating first and then give me yours.
Okay.
All right, so Wayne Henry, I got at 9.5.
I think that's
and in this in this exercise, what should we take into account? Do we take into account?
I took everything into account. The fact that Durkin could be gone, the fact that he could be retained as DC, he could be the head coach. I guess I'm betting on him being around when I say 9.5 with Henry.
I'm going to take that into account that there's a possibility that he is not here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm going to do my scoring. I'll still put him at like 8.5, 8.5.
Yeah, I think Wayne signs regardless. Like that's just my gut feeling right now.
All right. Nico Heppy, I got him at 9.5.
9.
As long as the new coach or new offensive coordinator will take him, 9. I don't see him going anywhere.
All right. Parker Pritchett, I've also got at 9.5.
Again,
this is crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? If you really start thinking about it,
what are Dooley's options besides Auburn? That's what I don't know right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen him lately.
No,
which is strange.
Yeah,
no, he hadn't been there.
Probably need to call him, check in with him.
I tell you, I mean, again, the eval department at Auburn, they love Parker Pritchett. They think he's had a great senior season. I agree. I think he's had a really good senior season. We'll see.
No, look, to me, you always need to take some developmental players.
All right, Kentrell White. I dropped him to 9, which
9. He's already said please let me sign.
Pretty much, pretty much.
His other school that he was down to doesn't have a head coach right now either. Virginia
Tech.
They
don't. It was him and it was. I mean, they got a head coach. They got Philip Montgomery over there.
Oh, well. Is he interim?
Yeah.
No kidding. Good for you, Philip.
That's what I said.
All right, Jacquez Wilkes, I dropped from 9 to 8.5 this week.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of confidence that Jacquez still.
I would probably go 9 on him.
Yeah, I just think there's enough around him that's going to keep him at Auburn.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff, family.
Yes.
Proximity to home. I think it'll be. I'd say 9. I'm pretty high on him sticking with Auburn.
I think him and Shadarius are the two that I feel probably best about right now.
I'll tell you what. I won't tell you my number anymore. Just the name, and you give me.
Okay.
Shadarius Tootle is next.
I'd have him about a 9 or an 8.5, something in that variety. Same as Wilkes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 8.5. Adam Balagoon Ali.
That one fluctuates more for me.
You have to take a deep breath with everyone, don't you?
Because you have to think about the relationships and how important Durkin is to him, and there's no guarantee that Durkin's going to be here. And so if he's not here, I got to take that into account. Because if he's not here, then it's like a 5, and if he is here, it's like a 10. So am I at 7.5?
Here's the other thing: does Missouri have a spot for him? Because that's who it came down to. It came down to Auburn and Missouri. Kentucky was kind of an outlier, but I mean, like Mark Stoops is, a cheeseburger and a loss away from being fired at Kentucky himself. So
you didn't have to throw cheeseburger in there. That was a low blow.
Yeah. Let's get personal, man. Now.
But you're not wrong.
No. But I mean, it all depends. I still think he probably lands at Auburn, but I'm going to drop him to like a 7 just because of. I think DJ was that important in his recruitment.
What'd you have him, Cole?
I had 8, which was a drop from 9.5.
I got him at 7.5. I'll do 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Wilson Zierer.
Oh.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that Auburn signs less than 10 guys this signing period?
Sure.
I mean, there is a chance of that.
Go back.
Of the guys that we know of, the only way they get more than that if a new coach comes in and it's got guys that he's bringing in with him.
Yeah.
Commitments from the other school or whatnot. Right. Coaches bringing other commitments. Otherwise, of the guys that of the guys on the hot board, sure. If DJ Durkin's not here.
Did anybody get fired last year that tried to sign a class? Was there any? I mean, there really weren't a lot of firings last year. I mean, I feel like everybody got held over.
Yeah. Because Napier got held over. Norvell got held over.
Yeah.
Freeze.
I mean, not that Freeze was going to get fired in year 2, but we wait till year 2 3/4 for that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Pittman got held over.
Evidently, week 9 is of year 3 is the week.
Yeah. Apparently, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Harsin was year 2 of week 9, year 2.
But. Yeah, but that dude should have been fired after year 1. I mean, like Auburn was actually slow on that one. They should have just eaten that $18 million.
Who else you got, Cole?
Well, did y'all give a number on Wilson?
I'm going to go with 7 because of his legacy status.
I'll go 8.
I'm not terribly confident on him because there's going to be other people that are going to come in on him. Like I think because tackles are sparse, I think he's going to get some.
And he has options. Yeah,
he has options.
Yep, he's a good one. I went from 9. I had him at 9. I dropped him to 8 this week. So, Braylon Womack
6, and I'm on verge of a 5.
I went from 8 to 6 this week
because that A&M visit's going to be tough, buddy.
The difference. So I'm going. If I had Goon at 7.5, the difference between Womack is other schools, big time schools, are after him.
Yes,
and that's going to make it even harder. So I think 6 is a great call. Is that what y'all said?
Yeah,
yep. I think we're all at 6 there. All right, Peyton Falzone.
I just don't know, man. Like,
I would say a 5.
Did you know like? This article it didn't really get much traction the other day, but when you actually walk this out, you can make a case for them all not to be at Auburn or sign with Auburn.
And was it just me, or was Falzone talking about himself in the third person in that article?
I think it was his dad.
Was it his dad? I thought he was calling himself. Either.
Oh my gosh, no, he wouldn't do that.
I think he was talking. He would say, "Give me a call."
Yeah. See, I thought he had like the John Travolta Saturday Night Fever, like talking about himself in third person. Like Peyton doesn't know what Peyton's going to do.
You talking?
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, it's because
I'm pretty sure it was
to me all wrong tone.
Coming at me all wrong. No, I think his dad was talking to Steve Wiltfong.
Is that who it was? Okay, that makes more sense because the way I read it, yeah.
Like Peyton's going to make sure keep our options open here.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
it was Peyton's dad, Tom Falzone. I've got him at 5 because I don't know. Quarterback is such a delicate position to sign. It's going to be so.
I think Peyton's quote was like, "Hopefully somebody needs a quarterback."
Yeah, I mean, well, I think if the new coach wants Peyton Falzone, they probably can keep him. But again, that Penn State deal it's going to be funny because who they sign and then they realize that kid's there in their backyard, he's going to get a phone call. Yeah. He's the kind of kid like Sylvester Smith that was committed elsewhere. And you're like, they're committed where? Hold on. We can get this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't have much faith in him sticking. But again, it's going to be contingent on who the head coach at Auburn is.
Right. I went from 9 previously and to 5. So I'm with you, Jeffrey, at 5.
I've got it at 50-50.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And looking at it that way, I've got Womack at 60%.
Mm-hmm.
If that's how we're doing it,
right.
I think that's the way to do it. So there we go.
I think if Durkin and TJ Rushing are at Auburn, I think they hold on to that kid. I do.
Yeah, my percentage would boost up if I got confirmation that they would be here another year at least.
With A&M being the one team that scares me big time on that one. I think they're going to make a massive offer to him.
Speaking of A&M, last one is Jace Matthews.
I got that one at 30%, dude.
Ooh, I think that's fair. I think it's more likely he signs elsewhere right now.
Yeah,
yes.
I was at 4.
I'll go 4. 3-4. Shit.
Yeah.
I think it's less than 50-50.
I agree. I think he's trending hard. Texas A&M right now.
So half the class it's almost 50-50 split for the class. Half of it is if the new coach wants them. The other half is if they like the new coach.
Yeah.
Well, a lot depending on that hire. I mean, we could be reshuffling this entire board 4 days before signing day.
It very well could be that way.
Could be, or it could be DJ Durkin is named head coach, and everybody's on there, and we're talking about a couple of other flips plus these targets that are coming in for the Iron Bowl, right?
Right. Now you're going, hey, Tank Jones, okay.
Yeah. Like our signing day show just got a heck of a lot better, right?
Oh my goodness!
If DJ Durkin is here and Rock Bellantoni is here,
yes,
and Vontrell King Williams is here, I'm just talking Tank Jones. He's going to have a deal from Auburn, money-wise.
Yes, he is.
That's why y'all might have him a little higher. I moved him to 45.
No, I think 45's right. I might even have him at 40, but that's playing it conservative.
Okay, I hear.
I need to know if DJ Durkin's going to be here and if Rock's going to be here. Those are the two things for me with him, plus what's the NIL deal. Is all we're going to do what it takes? I think they are. I mean, I have reason to believe that Auburn's going to try to make it very, very, very competitive with that kid.
Heck yeah.
Let's see. Let's do some how about yous and we'll call it a wrap. I've got several. Let me just read mine off real quick. How about you to S Larson 92? How about you to Toon? Toon Toon. How about you to Bettis, who had one of the funnier posts? He had some bald headed dude in dresses and stuff, and it was hilarious. And there were several really good replies on that. And this is all coming from that one post. So Bettis, how about you, big dog? Fantastic. That was funny as hell. AU Nash 69, track 'em. War Eagle Insider, BK 11 AU, 72 AU Tiger, E Maximus. Palmer Stathley said, I've done worse.
See, I made that times 2 for Pomo because I saw that same line and I died, man. Pomo gets me every now and again.
Yeah. And super bad. How about you? And then how about you to the guy who said, who was it the other night on the call-in show? If DJ Durkin was the defensive coordinator at Georgia, he would be the number one coach on the hot board.
Oh, who was that?
Remember, we were all going to give him a how about you.
It was BBAU 10, I think.
That's right.
Was it?
I think. I'll have to go back and find it.
Did I write it down?
I did not.
I think I was
dedicated to it. I think it's BBAU 10 or something of that nature.
I think you're right.
I'll look him up. What y'all got?
I got 5.
Okay. Right.
You want to go first, Alan, or me?
Yeah, because I just got one.
Go ahead. You can go with yours.
I'm going to go with Brink, who liked our show last night, Cole.
Yeah.
And then specifically liked the commentary that we had about Jeff Brom. And then the comment that I made that it's Petrino's offense minus a neck brace and a questionable motorcycle driving record.
Yeah, it's funny. That's good. All right, I got 5. Mr. October, Kyle Hatcher continues his.
Hey, get out of town!
Yeah, he's on a streak, baby.
He has changed his name to Mr. October. Kyle Hatcher, right? I got to just read this.
It was BBAU 10, by the way.
Okay,
BBAU 10. There you go. Photograph.
If Durkin was UGA's DC, then we would be begging to hire him.
Perfect.
Very true. Absolutely.
He's one of mine. He counts as one of mine too. So
okay. Time will do times 3, Alan.
Okay.
Because you wanted him to.
No, definitely make that cubed for sure.
Right on.
So Kyle Hatcher had a funny, basically doing a back and forth dialogue between me and Freeze if I were Freeze's offensive coordinator. Very funny. Eventually, it ends with me saying to Freeze, "I will bring my 5'8" self down there and stomp a mud hole in you." And then the conversation is over on the headset. So that one's funny. The real Stanzi had a Voice of Reason post, several. So the real Stanzi for sure. Okay. Twerking for Durkin.
I saw that name.
Oh my gosh. And I think Caleb Jones gave him a shout out on the rundown, but
yeah,
it just hit us both perfect. You know how that happens sometimes?
For sure.
Because you'll read things sometimes, man, that just split you open.
And then you'll read them to the room here, and everybody's like, just face, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't that funny. Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
Might happen here. I'm willing to risk it. So when Elijah Melendez intercepted the ball the other night, and it's almost like it surprised him, right? And he started running.
Like Bobby Boucher?
Yes.
He runs just like Bobby Boucher.
He does.
Dude, I saw that and I died laughing.
Like who's the poster?
Working for Durkin.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's the number 4.
That's a great.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny. He plays linebacker like Bobby Boucher, and he's number 9. So
that's incredible.
All that was good. Iron Man 70.
Okay.
Words of encouragement. And be rad is rad. Words of encouragement.
Nice.
And you know what? Throw Johnny Knox in there. He made me that graphic with Allen in it.
Make that times 2 because Johnny sent me some stuff too. I forgot to include him. So definitely,
all right,
Johnny Knox, man.
Well, yeah, he's been on a little drought.
He's been on hiatus for sure.
A little quiet, but I reached out to him. I was like, "Look, had Allen on the show. We need a new graphic."
There you go.
So he put Allen in the graphic. For some reason, I dwarf Allen in the graphic, but
yeah, they turned me into Professor and Cole's drinking a beer.
They put Allen in a sweater vest for some reason.
Oh, I know.
Funny. So those are all
right. So, Alan, who do you have?
It was just Brink. That was it.
Okay, cool. You already did that. That's right. All right. So Brink, Kyle Hatcher, BBAU 10 times 3. Kyle Hatcher, Mr. October. The real Stanzy twerking for Durkin. Iron Man 70. Be rad is rad. And how about you times 2 to Johnny Knox?
Yes.
The undisputed GOAT of Auburn Sports and previously known as Auburn Live Graphics. All right, folks, that's going to do it. Don't forget about Brunt. Go check them out at brunt.com. For limited time, our listeners get $10 off Brunt when you use the promo code WAREAGLE at checkout. Go get it. Take care of it. Tell them we sent you. All right, folks, that's going to do it. We'll be back Sunday night, hopefully talking about an upset win over Vandy by the Twerking Durkins of Auburn. We'll see how that pans out. We'll be back at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks, everybody, for watching. For Cole, for Alan, for Zach in the back, who stayed in the back. I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all stayed at left lane. See ya.